When I lose weight, I'll buy that dress. The phrase echoes in the fitting room as you sigh in front of the mirror. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? That moment when you postpone your happiness because of a number on the scale. I, Carol, have been through this so many times that I could write an encyclopedia on the subject. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell, because I'm going to show you how the elegance that will transform your life and even your wallet begins today, not after the next miracle diet or expensive gym. You know Blake Lively, especially during her pregnancy? She transformed each public appearance into a fashion show, with stunning clothes that embraced her new curves instead of hiding them. She never waited for her pre-pregnancy body to shine on red carpets. She perfectly understood that elegance doesn't wait for the ideal body. It happens when you decide you deserve to dress magnificently well now. And honestly, why the hell are you waiting to live your life in grand style? Hello? For those who don't know me yet, I'm Carol, a woman passionate about beauty, elegance, and transforming ordinary women into extraordinarily elegant beings. I have brown eyes that see far beyond appearances, straight hair that has gone through all possible transformations, and a mid-sized body that has been larger, has been smaller, and honestly, I've learned to love it in all its versions. I've been like an accordion since childhood, like many of you, but I discovered the secret that nobody tells. We can be elegant at any size, at any age, with any budget. Fashion was made to serve our body, not the other way around. And if someone tells you differently, well, that person clearly doesn't understand anything about true elegance. When Madonna exploded in the 80s with her provocative style, she wasn't just causing controversy. She was demonstrating the power of self-expression through fashion. Her look was a declaration of personality even before the first musical note. The question I ask you looking in the eyes is, are you postponing your self-expression, your trademark in the world, because of a promise you made to yourself about losing weight? While you wait, life is passing by, dear. The raw truth that nobody has the courage to tell is that the women we admire for their elegance, be they celebrities, influencers, or that colleague at work who always draws sighs when she passes down the hallway, are not waiting to have the ideal body. They know that this body is a mirage that moves away as you approach. Instead, they are working strategically with what they have, now, today, at this exact moment. And that's why they shine while others stay in the shadow, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Have you noticed how Adele dressed magnificently well, even before her physical transformation? Before her significant weight loss, she was already an indisputable icon of elegance, with structured dresses that strategically valued her curves and colors that enhanced her natural beauty and striking personality. Designers fought to dress her. She didn't wait to lose weight to be elegant and powerful. Elegance has always been part of her trajectory, and this positioned her as a respected artist beyond her extraordinary voice. The posture, the confidence, the look, all this comes from dressing well for your current body, not for the dream body. Last week, a woman wrote to me telling that she kept a Valentino dress, bought on sale but still a considerable investment, for 3 long years waiting to finally fit into it. It was her motivation dress, the one that hung in front of the closet like a kind of personal executioner. When she finally reached the desired weight after restrictive diets that compromised her health, by the way, she tried on the dress and discovered that, even though it technically fit, the model was drastically out of fashion. The cut didn't enhance her new body, and worse, it didn't even match her current style and life phase anymore. 3 years, thousands of riés, and countless moments of self-recrimination wasted because of a fantasy sold by the weight loss industry. Think with me eye to eye. If you received right now, at this exact minute, an invitation to the event of your dreams tomorrow, that one with influential people who could change your career, or a meeting with someone special, would you go with the clothes you currently have in your wardrobe, or would you invent a flimsy excuse not to go because you're not at the weight you idealized? Let's be honest among ourselves. Real life doesn't pause while we wait to get in shape. Golden opportunities to shine, make connections, experience unforgettable moments appear when we least expect, and rarely consult our diet schedule before knocking on the door. Queen Elizabeth, with her uncontestable power and influence, could have any body she desired. After all, she had resources for any procedure, diet, or treatment. But do you know what her biggest stylistic secret was that nobody mentions? Meticulously adjusted clothes to her real, current, aged, and clearly imperfect body according to the cruel media standards. Not the body she might have wished to have at 95 years old, but the real body, with all its marks of an intense life. Her deliberately colorful clothes weren't just a strategy to highlight her in the crowd as her role required, but also a conscious way to celebrate who she really was, with the age and shape she had without apologies or justifications. A monarch who knew that elegance is a matter of attitude, not measurements. Of course, we all have those apocalyptic days when absolutely nothing in the wardrobe seems to work, when the mirror seems to be possessed by some evil entity that distorts our image. I have several of those days, especially after that Italian dinner with pasta and tiramisu. I wake up feeling like I gained 10 kilos overnight, physically impossible but emotionally devastating. But here's a brutal truth I learned after years living the accordion effect and spending fortunes on miracle diets that only work in TV commercials. Postponing elegance doesn't make you lose even half a kilo faster. The only thing it does is ensure that you spend months, perhaps years, feeling inadequate, invisible, and constantly waiting for a future version of yourself that might never come. And you know what's most tragic? When and if you finally reach that weight, you may still find other defects to correct before allowing yourself to live fully. If you're saving that stunning dress for when you lose weight, that incredible bag for when you deserve it, those wonderful heels for when you're worthy, you're literally hanging your happiness and self-esteem on a hanger inside the closet, locked with 7 keys. It's like putting your life on hold, while time, this non-renewable resource, slips through your fingers. Why, in the name of all fashion divinities, don't you find carefully selected pieces that make you feel absolutely magnificent, powerful, and feminine exactly as you are today? What's stopping you besides the unreal standards we've absorbed since adolescence? Sophia Loren, that Italian goddess who defied all American beauty standards in the 50s and 60s with her generous Mediterranean curves, once said a phrase that should be tattooed on every woman's mind. Nothing makes a woman more beautiful than the unwavering belief that she is beautiful. It wasn't the slim waist that transformed her into an eternal icon. It was the absolute confidence with which she inhabited her body. And this, my dear, has absolutely nothing to do with size, weight, or measurements. It has to do with presence, with the way you occupy space in the world, how you move, how you present yourself. True elegance begins in the mind, not in the body. Sometimes, alone with my thoughts before sleeping, I find myself calculating how many transformative experiences, how many valuable professional connections, how many opportunities for romance and adventure we collectively miss while waiting for the mythical, perfect body that the beauty industry has modified 3 times since we started looking for it. 10 kilos less, which, let's be honest, is the mantra of practically every woman I know, won't magically make you feel more confident or valuable. The math simply doesn't add up. It's authentic confidence that needs to come first, and it's born exactly the moment you decide to stop putting your life in a metaphorical waiting room and start dressing impeccably well for the body you have now, today, this minute. It's an act of feminine rebellion, you know? It's saying, I will no longer wait for permission to occupy space. I vividly remember that emblematic scene from Friends, when Rachel Green, working at Ralph Lauren, a detail that always impressed me, looks at Monica and says that phrase that should be framed, "It's not exactly what you're wearing, it's how you're wearing it." That scene changed my perspective forever. But reflect with me. If you're perpetually postponing the moment to invest in quality pieces, to learn about fabrics and fit, to experiment with different silhouettes for your current body type, how the hell are you going to develop an authentic personal style that communicates to the world who you really are? Style doesn't magically appear when you reach a certain weight. It's built daily, through trials, errors, and discoveries. It's a muscle that needs to be constantly exercised. As a mid-sized woman who has been on both sides of the scale, I viscerally know how the fashion market can be absolutely merciless, exclusionary, and cruel, especially when you don't fit into the arbitrary standards established by people who have never seen a real body up close. But I also discovered, through much study, experimentation, and some tears in the fitting room, that there are meticulously kept secrets that transform any body, yes, any body, into an elegant, harmonious, and visually attractive body. First, understand your real proportions, not the ones you imagine having. We are terrible judges of ourselves. Second, deliberately dress for the body you have today, not for the body you had 10 years ago, or for the body you hope to have in the future. Third, and this is revolutionary, pieces strategically adjusted to your body by a good professional make all the difference between looking like you're wearing borrowed clothes and looking like the clothes were made exclusively for you. When I took my first steps in the universe of fashion and elegance, I carried that absurdly limiting idea that I needed to drastically lose weight, be skinny like runway models, have that angular adolescent body we see in magazines, and that represents approximately 2% of the world's female population. It was a period of much food restriction, guilt, and a toxic relationship with the mirror. But then I had a transformative encounter with a middle-aged Parisian stylist who, between sips of espresso and puffs of cigarette, very French, I know, told me something that completely changed my perception. Ma chérie, elegance is not about making your body fit into clothes. It's about finding clothes that celebrate your body as it is. At that moment, I had an epiphany. Elegance was never about size or weight. It's about proportion, balance, harmony, and mainly attitude. It's about intimately knowing your current body, with its curves, angles, and peculiarities, and dressing strategically to enhance it. It's about the alchemy of transforming characteristics that you might consider defects into your strongest and most memorable points. Lizzo, this force of nature of American music, broke paradigms crystallized for decades by showing the whole world that we can be absolutely glamorous, seductive, and fashion-forward at any size. I'm not suggesting you go around with transparent bodysuits or strategically positioned feathers like her. Each woman has her personal style and life context, but carefully observe how she never, under any circumstances, uses her weight as a convenient excuse not to be absolutely fabulous, not to occupy space, not to shine. She understood something that many of us still struggle to accept, that deserving elegance is not something we conquer after reaching a certain weight. It's our innate right as women. Approximately 7 years ago, I went through an extremely challenging phase in my personal life, and as an emotional result of this turmoil, I gained weight significantly in a few months. 15 kilos. To be absolutely transparent with you, my first reaction, conditioned by years of social programming, was to hide myself in oversized black tunics, leggings, and loose coats, the universal uniform of the woman who doesn't want to be seen. But something inside me rebelled. Instead of succumbing to visual erasure, I made a radical decision. I invested in carefully selected pieces that strategically enhanced my waist, which continued to be my strong point, regardless of the extra kilos, and dove headfirst into the study of visual illusions that I could create with intelligent cuts, fabrics, and fit. The result was so surprising that I still get emotional remembering. I started to receive significantly more compliments, professional opportunities, and even romantic approaches than in the times when I was thinner, but dressed without consciousness or intentionality. It was when I viscerally understood that elegance is not about being perfect. It's about being strategic. Perhaps you're thinking, Carol, it's easy to talk, but beautiful clothes don't fit me. Let me be clear, the fashion industry can be exclusionary, but this is changing. And more importantly, there are needle artists called tailors and seamstresses who can transform common pieces into masterpieces that seem tailor-made for you. Once I found a beautiful blazer that wouldn't close at the bust. Instead of abandoning it or getting frustrated, I took it to a seamstress. One small alteration later, that blazer became my wild card piece. Why settle for less when I can have something that really works for me? Kate Winslet, in an interview for Vogue, talked about how she learned to dress for her body type and not for industry standards. And look, she's stunning at 50 years old. When you dress well for your current body, something magical happens. Your posture changes, your confidence increases, and people respond differently to you. It's not superficial. It's strategic. Elegance is a powerful form of nonverbal communication. In the series Emily in Paris, Mindy Chen's character uses her personal style as armor. Even being rejected by her rich family, she finds power in dressing authentically. The message? Don't wait for external approval to shine. There's a huge misconception that we need to hide our body when we're not satisfied with it. In fact, very loose clothes usually have the opposite effect. They make you look bigger. The secret is in the fit, not the looseness. Imagine if Jennifer Lopez had hidden her curves waiting to fit into a skinny standard of the 90s. We wouldn't have the iconic green Versace dress that literally changed the internet. It was because of this dress that Google Images was created, did you know? During my accordion effect phase, I discovered that having some key pieces that adjust as my weight changes is essential. Wrap dresses, skirts with elegantly disguised elastic at the waist, Well-structured blazers. These are investments that serve for various phases. You know what else I discovered? Wearing the right size, neither bigger nor smaller, makes all the difference. Many women buy tight clothes as motivation to lose weight. Result, they feel uncomfortable and don't wear what they bought. Others buy everything too loose, trying to hide the body. Result, they look disheveled and bigger than they really are. Once in a department store, I saw a woman crying in the fitting room because nothing fit. My heart tightened because I've been there. I offered help. Yes, I'm nosy like that. And after exchanging some pieces for appropriate sizes and different styles, she left radiant. The difference? She stopped fighting against her current body. When we're at war with our reflection in the mirror, we transfer that dissatisfaction to our fashion choices. But what if we turned the game around? What if, instead of waiting for the body to change to dress well, we use the right clothes to feel good in the body we have? The iconic Coco Chanel revolutionized women's fashion not only with innovative designs, but with a philosophy. Comfort and elegance can, and should, go together. Elegance is not about suffering or restriction. It's about freedom of expression. Women who understand this are those who seem confident in any situation. It's no coincidence that these same women are usually successful in their careers. When you present yourself well, doors open. Yes, elegance can be lucrative. That's why our channel is called Lucrative Elegance. Have you noticed how the French First Lady Brigitte Macron, even being a mature woman, never uses her age as an excuse not to be stylish? She understood the power of proportions, good fabrics, and a well-defined personal style. I want you to do an exercise. Look at your wardrobe and identify the pieces that make you feel amazing now, today. These are the pieces that should be multiplied, not those you'll only wear when you lose weight. A study from the University of Hertfordshire showed that the clothes we wear directly affect our mood and confidence. So why wait to feel extraordinary? Actress Melissa McCarthy launched her own clothing line after years frustrated with the limited options for plus-size women. Instead of waiting for the industry to adapt, she created her own rules. This is the kind of attitude that transforms lives. Here's a secret I learned from a celebrity stylist. 90% of elegance is in how the clothes fall on your body. Not in the size of the label, not in the brand, but in how that piece relates to your current proportions. In the series The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, even when the protagonist faces financial difficulties, she never gives up dressing impeccably. This is not futility. It's a constant reminder of her self-worth and aspirations. The truth is that many of us have been conditioned to believe that we only deserve to dress well when we reach a certain weight. This is a lie that steals our joy in the present. A friend told me that after 2 years postponing a wardrobe renewal until losing weight, she decided to invest in pieces that enhanced her now. The result? In 3 months, she was promoted at work. Coincidence? I don't believe it is. Betty White, who left us at 99 years old, always said that dressing well was a form of respect with herself and with others. She never used age as an excuse, just as we shouldn't use weight. The fashion industry tries to convince us that there's only one right type of body. But look at the most elegant women in history. They had completely different bodies from each other. Audrey Hepburn was extremely thin. Marilyn Monroe had generous curves. Tina Turner had muscular legs. Elegance is in authenticity, not in uniformity. If you wait to lose weight to start dressing well, you're essentially telling yourself that you don't deserve to feel beautiful now. How can that be motivating? You know that feeling of putting on clothes and immediately feeling your mood improve? That's what I call the elegance effect. And you deserve to feel that every day, regardless of the number on the scale. At 39 years old, I learned that I can't postpone life waiting for a better body. The best time to live is now. The best time to be elegant is now. Oh, and before I completely forget, my brain has so many ideas about elegance that sometimes things escape. If you're planning any kind of trip, whether that romantic weekend getaway or that international dream trip you've saved years to realize, and want to ensure your elegance crosses borders without being detained at customs, you need to know my meticulously elaborated ebook, Be Elegant When Traveling: Global Etiquette for the Sophisticated Traveler. The link is strategically positioned in the first pinned comment right below this video. Because, dear, elegance doesn't take vacations or asks for a passport. It simply crosses any border with you when you know exactly what you're doing. Model Ashley Graham, that absolute goddess of curves, didn't revolutionize the billion-dollar fashion industry simply by existing. She actively revolutionized an entire system by categorically refusing to wait until she was thin to wear a bikini, provocative lingerie, or appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated. A historic milestone, by the way. She didn't just accept her body, she celebrated it extravagantly, without apologies, without justifications, without that hesitant tone of voice that many of us use when talking about our shapes. And by doing this, by transforming her current body into her trademark instead of her flaw, she not only built an impressive financial empire, but also opened previously locked doors for millions of women to finally feel represented, visible, worthy. How many of us stopped going to the beach, the pool, a romantic date waiting for the ideal body? Life is happening now, not when you lose 5 kilos. Here's a brutally difficult truth that will probably bother a lot of people, but it needs to be said. Losing weight by itself won't automatically transform you into a more elegant, more refined, or more sophisticated person. Zero guarantee. I personally know absolutely thin women with that physique that society considers perfect, who dress as if they had been attacked by a blind department store clearance. No coherence, no understanding of colors, no notion of proportion. In stark contrast, I know plus-size women who are true walking style icons, who when they enter a room, everyone turns their head to admire not only their physical presence, but the aura of sophistication that surrounds them. The abysmal difference? True elegance resides in deep knowledge, in deliberate study, in attention to details. Not in the number that appears when you climb on the scale in the morning. That's just a technical detail, not your definition as a woman. Once a friend told me, "I'll save this dress for when I lose weight." I replied, "And if you never lose weight? Will you spend your whole life without wearing beautiful dresses?" The silence that followed was revealing. When you dress well for the body you have today, something incredible happens. You stop fixating so much on what you don't like and start celebrating what you love about yourself. It's a powerful perspective shift. Lauren Graham, from the series Gilmore Girls, always spoke openly about her weight fluctuations during the various seasons of the show. But did you notice any difference in her style or elegance? No, because she and the costume designers understood how to dress her current body, not the body she had in the previous season. Elegance is a muscle that needs to be exercised daily. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to start developing it, that moment will never come. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of postponing my life because of numbers, whether on the scale, in the bank account, or on clothing labels. I decided that I deserve to dress well today, and you deserve it too. Fashion is cyclical, and trends change quickly. If you're always postponing buying beautiful clothes until losing weight, you're missing the chance to express your personal style in the present. Let's make a deal? From today, you'll dress for the body you have. You'll choose colors that illuminate you, cuts that enhance you, and fabrics that make you feel good. And if you need to lose weight for health reasons, you'll do it while already feeling fabulous, not as a prerequisite to feel that way. The most elegant women I know are not necessarily the thinnest or the richest. They are those who understand their body and know what works for them. They are those who invest time learning about proportions, colors, and fit. Kate Hudson once said that the best style tip she received was, "Dress for the body you have, not for the body you want." And look, she rocks at any size. When you dress well for your current body, you're sending a powerful message to the universe. I value myself now, not just when I reach an arbitrary goal. If you left that like and subscribe to the channel, I already know you're a woman who doesn't want to postpone her elegance anymore. Welcome to the club. Here at Lucrative Elegance, we believe that every woman deserves to feel extraordinary, regardless of the size of her jeans. Elegance is not a destination, it's a daily journey. And that journey begins exactly where you are now, with the body you have today. Don't wait even one more day to start the transformation that will make you feel powerful, confident, and yes, lucrative. Until the next video, and remember, your elegance begins now.